Hi everyone, this is Daniel, the founder of EduPros USA, your local college expert. I want to wish all of you a happy Labor Day weekend, and I hope the school year has started off on the right foot, that all of you are doing well. Of course, it's college application season right now. I hope those applications are going well. And remember, if you need assistance with your college applications, do reach out to EduPros USA and we will assist you with all the aspects of the college application. Today, I have a special guest with me, Daniel Minassian. Hello, Daniel.
Hi.
Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
And I have him here for a specific reason, to speak about an organization called AESA.
AESA.
AESA, which is a fantastic organization that focuses on the STEM subjects and helps students develop a extracurricular portfolio within the STEM fields, which is one of the critical components of the college application package, is your extracurricular activities. So AESA can help your students get the mentorship and work on the projects and do the volunteer work that will make your students competitive when they're applying to selective universities. So Daniel, thanks for joining us. I know that you just graduated UCLA.
Yeah.
What did you study at UCLA?
Microbiology, immunology, and molecular genetics.
Yes. And you're applying for medical school, correct?
Yes, specifically medical scientist training programs, their MD PhD programs, combining the MD and PhD.
Combining the MD PhD, which entails a lot more training.
More training because it's both a medical education and a graduate education, which are very different in and of themselves.
Wow, okay, yeah. So thank you for that. I mean, that's wonderful. Daniel is one of our budding future scientists that we're going to hear a lot from in the upcoming years. And he also happens to be a board member for AESA.
Mm-hmm.
And Daniel, can you tell us a little bit about AESA? What is the raison d'être, the purpose of the organization, and how can our families benefit from what your organization has to offer?
Right, so AESA really works to equip the STEM community, both in terms of professional development, but really to equip us to innovate, serve the community through science, innovation, engineering, and how high school students can get involved. We have something called the Science Olympiad. It's an annual event. It's essentially a science fair, and we actually provide mentorship from undergraduate students at universities such as UCLA, USC, CSUN. You can get feedback on science fair projects. Maybe you have to already do them for school, or maybe you would like to participate in the LA County Science Fair, hopefully get to the state level. So we provide mentorship for all of this, and it's really a great opportunity to get some feedback on your projects and improve them.
Yes, wow, wonderful. This is an amazing opportunity to get professional feedback from resident scientists in the academic world, students that are working under professors. This is an invaluable opportunity for our students in our community to connect with the scientific and the academic community. And AESA is that space where that connection happens. So let's take advantage of that, folks. That's why I have Daniel Minassian with me to let us know how we can connect with this wonderful community. Now, Daniel, for those that may not be familiar with AESA, that are listening, I know there is a conference coming up in about 2 weeks. What is the conference about, and how can that help our families to learn more about the organization?
Right, so the AESA STEM conference is a really amazing opportunity to hear about science for a few reasons. One, most conferences have a high barrier to entry in terms of cost, and they're very subject specific, and if you're not from that discipline, you may not really understand what's going on. So our conference is free, open to the public on Sunday, September 15th from 1 to 5 p.m. in the Glendale Central Library, the auditorium specifically. And you can actually go to our website, expo.aesa.org, and register. But essentially, our conference is very interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary. You can hear oral presentations from topics such as healthcare, optics, robotics. There will be students, undergrad and graduate students, presenting posters similar to a science fair. And it's a really great opportunity to just expose yourself to different fields of science and engineering. And these people who are presenting are all from the local area. So it's a great opportunity to network and make contacts.
Wonderful. It's a wonderful opportunity. And this conference is a way for you to have a bridge into the organization, because you will be meeting people like Daniel, who's a board member, and fellow colleagues of his, and also professors and researchers that are in the scientific community. I mean, I can't even think of another better opportunity to connect for a high school family, high school student, with the scientific community. And students like Daniel are located in selective universities that students apply to, such as UCLA, UC Berkeley, Stanford, and many of the local universities, even community colleges. I believe you guys have a Glendale College chapter as well, right?
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So this is fantastic, folks. So mark September 15th on your calendar from 1 to 5 at the Glendale Public Library Auditorium. And I'm planning on being there, and I really hope you will show up and just listen. Even if you're not specifically a STEM student or thinking about going into the STEM, but it's something that you've considered, just listening to these lectures can spark so much interest in knowing what the current scientific community is working on, which will be wonderful. And Daniel, briefly, for those that are non-STEM majors, if you want to get into law, the humanities, psychology, anthropology, and other fields, are there opportunities to connect with AESA in terms of working with you?
Yes, so scientific communication is an incredibly important part of science, an important part of the scientific method, being able to communicate not only with colleagues in your field, but people outside of your field and the general public. So we do provide opportunities for high school students who may not even be interested in STEM, but may be interested, let's say, in communication, to volunteer and participate in some of our organizational communication, advertising, PR. And for those who aren't in STEM, it's also a good idea to be aware of what the STEM field is doing. There can be really interesting opportunities for people who aren't in STEM to connect with scientists and collaborate on projects. Because STEM is pervading all areas of life currently. And unique things can happen when you bring people to the table who don't have STEM backgrounds and have them interact with people who do.
Right, wonderful, yes. Again, and if families want to connect with your organization, Daniel, they want to, send you inquiry, or they want to be able to ask if they can receive mentorship, if they have a budding future scientist at home, and they're in the 9th and 10th grade. How can they, is there an interest letter that they can file or something that they can fill out where
Yes.
you can help them connect with the organization?
Yes, so if you're in high school, we'll make a form available where you can indicate your contact information, your interests. Maybe you're interested in going to a specific university, or you're interested in a particular field of science or engineering. In that case, we can connect you with undergraduate or graduate students who can provide some mentorship and kind of talk to you a little bit about the field that you might be interested in entering.
Wonderful. Again, folks, my goal was to introduce AESA in this episode that we're taping. So you're aware, you're familiar with the organization, the name. The students that I consult privately, one of the top organizations that I talk about is AESA, especially those students in the STEM fields. And AESA is growing at a rapid pace. They're developing chapters at a lot of the local universities, and they also have chapters in universities all over the United States. So if a student wants to go to an Ivy League school, I'm sure there's an AESA affiliate in New England or in other parts of the country that Daniel and his colleagues can help you connect with. So again, I hope to see all of you on the 15th for this wonderful conference that's coming up. I'm excited about it. We're all excited.
Yeah.
And Daniel, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule.
Thank you for having me.
And again, folks, remember the name and the face. Daniel is going to be a future innovator, in the field of science, and we're so proud of you and the work that you guys do. Folks, thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your Labor Day weekend, and we'll come back to you soon with a future episode. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.